In this question, they have asked for the horizontal ellipse. Horizontal ellipse means A is greater than B, right? The difference between the length of major axis and the latus rectum of an ellipse is, they have given us 4 options here. Okay, now let's take the standard ellipse. I hope you remember the equation of standard ellipse. What is it? It's x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Correct. So when I draw the standard ellipse here, we know that a is greater than b because they have given us the horizontal one. So what is the length of major axis, guys? Well, it is basically the distance between the two vertices, isn't it? And we know very well the vertices will be a comma 0 and minus a comma 0, right? These will be the two vertices for this ellipse, and the length of major axis therefore will be equal to 2a. Further, what they have given, latus rectum. Now, what is latus rectum? Well, it is your chord, or let us say a double ordinate, which will be perpendicular to major axis of the ellipse, and you know it will definitely passing through the focus. Let's say it has the coordinates a comma 0. So what is the length of LR, guys? Can you recall? Well, it is 2b square by a, that's correct. So I have with me length of major axis as well as the length of LR, or the latus rectum of the ellipse. So let's start solving, guys. So these are the focus. I'm taking my F2 as, let us say, a comma 0. I have my LR here. We already have B dash and B, right? The extremities of minor axis. B dash is 0 comma B, and B is 0 comma minus B. Well, so let's start solving. Length of major axis, we have already written that it is 2a. Let's take the ellipse first. This will be the ellipse equation. This is my standard equation. For this, we already know length of major axis is 2a. And guys, what is the length of LR? Well, we have just seen it as 2b square by a, isn't it? So when I substitute it here, it's going to become 2b minus 2b square by a. This is the difference we want to find. Okay, very well. So how do we solve this? Well, let's take LCM here. So when I take the LCM, it's going to become twice of a square minus b square divided by a. Now what? Well, now we'll apply one formula. Yes, we have already read a formula between a square b square and a square e square. What that is? Well, we can say that b square is a square minus a square e square, isn't it? This you are very well versed with. Okay, so from here we can say that b square is equal to a square minus a square e square, right? This is what I have told you. And from here we can further say that a square minus b square is nothing but a square e square, isn't it? Now this value we are going to substitute in the difference which we needed to find. So this difference is going to come out as twice of, now in place of a square minus b square, I'm going to substitute a square e square whole divided by a, and this is going to become 2a e square. This will be the final answer, the difference between the length of major axis and LR of the ellipse. Is this clear, guys? Very well. So if we see the options here, we know that D will become the right answer. Understood? Perfect. Well, in this question, what they have asked, what is the locus of point of intersection of two lines? The first line is tx by a minus y by b plus t is equal to 0. And the second line is x by a plus ty by b minus 1 is equal to 0, where t is a non-zero parameter and definitely a is not equal to b. They have given us the options here. Will it be a parabola or a circle or pair of straight lines or ellipse? Now guys, to find the locus, what we have to do? Well, we have to eliminate the parameter t here, isn't it? Let's take the intersection point as x comma y only. That means I have to find a relation in x and y, and I have to also eliminate t. How will we do it? Let's find out. So how we are going to eliminate t here? Well, the first equation what they have given to us, I'm dividing this first by t. Yes, so when I divide this first equation by t, I'm going to get x by a plus 1 minus y by b multiplied by t is equal to 0. Right? From here, I can say one thing, that x by a plus 1 will be equal to y by b into t in denominator itself. Clear? Okay, let me take this as for some time 1. This is my first equation. Similarly, the second one I'm writing as it is x by a plus ty by b minus 1 is equal to 0, and I'm taking x by a and 1 on another side. So that is going to give me 1 minus x by a is equal to ty by b. Let me take this as second. Clear? Now I'm going to multiply first and second. Yes, because when I multiply first and second, what do I get on the left hand side, guys? Well, on the left hand side, I have x by a plus 1, 1 minus x by a. It is basically a plus b into a minus b, right? And what is the formula for that? Well, it is a square minus b square, isn't it? So when I apply that, it's going to become 1 minus x by a whole square. Clear? While on the right hand side, what am I getting? Well, on the right hand side, we can clearly see that when I multiply y by b, in denominator it is t, and t y by b, my t is actually getting cancelled out, isn't it? A simple process. So when I cancel t here, I'm going to get y square by b square. And from here, I can say the final locus is going to come out as x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. And what is this equation representing, guys? Well, it is representing an ellipse, right? That will be the final answer for this question. Have you understood? Very well. And the options corresponding will be D, which will be the right answer. Clear, guys? Perfect. Well, moving on to the next question. Here what they have given us, let S and S dash be foci of an ellipse and B here is one of the extremities of minor axis. Further, they have said if the triangle S dash BS is a right angle triangle with right angle at extremity of minor axis and area of this triangle is 8, then what is the length of LR? They have given us 4 options here. Now guys, since they haven't mentioned any information about the ellipse, I'll take the standard equation x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. And I'm taking the case where a is greater than b. So I'll have my ellipse somewhat like this. And I know all the parameters here, right? I know the vertices will be at a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. Similarly, the extremities of minor axis will be at 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. I'll have my foci here at minus a comma 0 and a comma 0, right? So what they have given that a triangle S dash BS is right angle. So let me take this as my right angle triangle which they are talking about. It's right angle at the vertex. Let me take this point as B. Clear? And what they have said, area of this triangle, the shaded one, is equal to 8. What is the length of LR? Well, you remember the formula for length of LR. What that is? Well, if I have this case, length of LR will be nothing but 2b square by a, isn't it? So to get the length of LR, I have to definitely get the value of b and a, right? Very well. Let's start with the solution. So this is what they have given to us. We have 2 informations here. First of all, I'll have this as a right angle triangle, right? So guys, if you see the figure, this triangle S dash BS, if this is right angle triangle, I know this is an isosceles triangle also. Because my S dash B and BS will be same. That means angle S dash will be 45 degree as well as angle S is also 45. And I also know one thing, that my OB is actually perpendicular to the base. So this is right angle or 90 degree, right? So what can I say from here is that if I look at my triangle S dash OB, I know it is again a right angle isosceles triangle, right? That means I can directly say that my OB will be equal to OS dash or B will be equal to AE. Clear? Now, I have one more relation between B, A and AE. Can you just recall what the relation is? This is my condition when A is greater than B. Well, I know the formula b square is equal to a square minus a square e square. That's correct. So that means in place of ae, I can put b. So this is going to come out as b square is equal to a square minus b square. That means I'm going to have 2b square is equal to a square. Let me take this as 1. Clear? Okay. Further, what they have said, that area of the triangle S dash BS is equal to 8. Now guys, if you look at the triangle, we know area of triangle is half of base into height, right? So I can say that my 8, the area will be equal to half of height here is equal to OB and base here is S dash S or SS dash. So this is going to come out as 16 is equal to OB, that is B, multiplied by SS dash, well, that is 2AE. And what we have seen, well, at the top line, we have written that B and AE are same. That means it's going to come out as 2B square. And from here, I can say that my B square value will be equal to 8. Let me take this as second. Now, if I have B square, can I get the value of A? Well, yes, by the first condition. What the first condition is? That 2b square is equal to a square. So if I substitute my value of b square is equal to 8, which I have obtained in the second condition, I'm going to get 2 into 8 is equal to a square. That means my a value is coming out as 4. So I have b square, I have a. Now, what was the formula of length of LR? Well, it is 2b square by a, right? So quickly guys, substitute the values of b square and a and let's find the answer. So my length of LR is going to come out as twice of b square, which will be 8 divided by a, that is 4. And this is going to come out as 16 by 4, which is nothing but 4. That's right. So length of LR will be equal to 4 and this is going to be the final answer. Have you understood? We have applied the condition that area of triangle is nothing but half of base into height and the length of, or let us say the relation between B, A and A, that is B square is equal to A square minus A square E square. Obtain the value of B square, then got the value of A and put in the formula for length of LR to get the final answer. And if we look at the options here, we know that D is going to be the right answer. Understood? Perfect. Well, moving further in this question, what they have said, they have asked to find equation of the ellipse which is passing through origin and its foci have the coordinates 1, 0 and 3, 0. They have given us 4 options here. Now guys, foci is lying on x-axis, isn't it? So that is going to be the major axis for me, right? That means I'll have a horizontal ellipse something like this. This is my origin, that is O, and I have 2 foci here. One is 1, 0, while the another one is 3, 0, right? Now, the midpoint of these two, 1, 0 and 3, 0, we know very well that the midpoint is going to be center of the ellipse. Now, guys, tell me what is the midpoint of 1, 0 and 3, 0? Well, that is 2, 0, isn't it? So, I have the center with me, that is 2, 0. That means I already know the major axis and minor axis equation, isn't it? My major axis is nothing but x-axis. What is the equation of x-axis? Well, it is y is equal to 0. And the minor axis equation will be a line which is perpendicular to major axis, right? And is passing through the center. So if I have a line which is perpendicular to x-axis, so this is my x-axis, I have a line perpendicular to x-axis and is passing through the point 2, 0. What is the equation of this line? Well, the equation of this line is x is equal to 2. Or you can say x minus 2 is equal to 0, isn't it? So I have my minor axis with me having the equation x is equal to 2. Clear? Have you understood this much information, guys? Very well. Now, we'll proceed to find the equation of ellipse. We can always write the equation of ellipse. If the major axis and minor axis is given to us, it will be written as x minus 2 whole square. Since I'm writing here the minor axis, in denominator I have to write semi-major axis square. The length of semi-major axis square. Plus, I'll have y square, that is y is equal to 0 is basically my major axis, divided by b square is equal to 1. Clear? So definitely to get the answer, I have to find the values of A and B. Right? For that, what they have given? They have given that origin is lying on this ellipse. That means distance between the center and the origin. Well, origin will be one of the vertices, isn't it? So the distance between center and origin is nothing but that is my length of semi-major axis, isn't it? So I have a value here with me, that is 2, distance between origin and point 2 comma 0. Similarly, what is the distance between center and foci, guys? Well, center is 2 comma 0, one foci is 1 comma 0. I can say that distance between these 2 points is equal to AE, isn't it? So I have A as 2, I have AE as 1. So that gives me E value as 1 by 2. I have A, I have AE, I have to find B square, and we know the case that it is A greater than B. So what is the relation between these three, A, B and AE? Well, I can say that B square is equal to A square minus A square E square, isn't it? You are well versed with all the formulas? I hope so. So this relation we are going to use to find the value of B square. So guys, quickly solve for b square, substitute in the given equation of ellipse which we have written at the top, and let's find the answer. So I'll get my b square as a square, that is 4, minus a whole square, that is 1, and this is going to come out as 3. So now I have with me a square, that is 4. I have b square with me, that is 3. So this I'm substituting in my standard ellipse equation. So it's going to become x minus 2 whole square divided by 4 plus y square divided by 3 is equal to 1. And when I take the LCM here, it's going to come out as 3 times of x minus 2 whole square plus 4 times of y square is equal to 12. And when I'm going to expand this, my equation will become 3x square minus 12x plus 12 plus 4y square is equal to 12. This 12 is going to get cancelled out. So I can say the final answer will be 3x square plus 4y square is equal to 12x, which will be the final answer or the equation of ellipse. Have you understood what we have done? Very well. So if we see the options here, we can say that D is going to be the right answer. Moving on to the next question, what they have said find locus of a point which divides double ordinate of the ellipse. The standard equation is with us, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, and the ratio 1:2 internally. Okay. So guys, I'm taking here the standard case A is greater than B. We already know the center and the vertices, right? I have the center with me, let us say at 0 comma 0. The vertices are minus a comma 0 and a comma 0, and the extremities of my minor axis are going to be 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b, right? Now, what is double ordinate? Well, we know that double ordinate is basically chord which is perpendicular to the major axis, isn't it? So in this case, this, let us say, is going to be a double ordinate, and the endpoints for this is alpha comma beta and alpha comma minus beta. Okay, why the x coordinate is same? Because we know that this double ordinate is perpendicular to the x axis, right? So the x coordinate is going to remain same. So there is a point here somewhere which is actually dividing this double ordinate in 1:2. I have to find locus for this point, so that I'm taking as my point h comma k. So I have to find a relation between h and k, which is going to be the locus. Understood? Okay. Now, how are we going to do this question? Well, we already have the internal ratio with us, 1:2. That means we can use the section formula, isn't it? To get h and k in terms of alpha and beta. Alpha is my point P, Q is my point alpha comma minus beta, right? And R is the point whose locus I have to find. Clear? So to get h and k, we are going to use the section formula, and that is the pretty basic one which you have already learned in straight lines. So the section formula you already know, x is mx1 plus nx2 divided by m plus n, and similarly y is my1 plus ny2 divided by m plus n. So you know m and n, that is 1 and 2. So let's quickly apply the section formula. So here what can I say is that my h value will definitely be equal to alpha, that I can write directly. Why? Because we have already seen that PQ is a double ordinate. That means it is perpendicular to x-axis, and if a line is perpendicular to x-axis, x coordinate is going to be same, right? So h directly can be written as alpha. Now what about k? For k we are going to apply the section formula. So it's going to become 1 multiplied by minus beta plus 2 multiplied by beta divided by 1 plus 2, which is nothing but beta upon 3, right? So now what we are going to use, what we are going to do, I have alpha as h, I have beta as 3k. And I know one thing, that this point alpha beta, that is my point P, is lying on the ellipse whose equation is with me, isn't it? So when I substitute this in the standard equation of ellipse, which is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, I'm definitely going to get the locus, isn't it? So guys, quickly just put alpha as h and beta as 3k, and let's find the answer. So it's going to become h square by a square plus 9 k square by b square is equal to 1. And to get the locus, you know very well that h is replaced by x and k is replaced by y. That means the final answer is going to come out as x square by a square plus 9y square by b square is equal to 1. This is going to be the final answer. Have you understood? We have just applied the section formula, got my points alpha and beta in terms of h and k, and substituted in the standard equation of ellipse. And if we see the options, we can say that A is going to be the right answer.